Okay, I really do not like making these videos and I get nothing for them, but I feel compelled to tell the truth. So, for those who don't know, and most people know this already, I mean, it's not like you don't know this, but this is how they brainwashed a religion, Judaism, into a Zionist murderous regime of people. And they've done it over 3 or 4 generations. Well, they've actually done it over 100 years. Back when Zionist Theodore Herschel with the Rothschilds first came up with Zionism, this new Zionism, most Jewish people would not accept it because it's against Torah. It's the twisting of the words. And they knew, the Jews of those times, that this is crazy. You go around killing everybody and taking their land and whatever. It's against Torah. It's against what's in the Bible, Old Testament. I'm going to just make this a little bigger so we don't have to see everything on my page. And I'm going to let this play over here in the background. And then I'm going to just talk a minute. I'm going to be done quick. I'm going to turn off the sound. This is how you take people from when they're little children and you tell them that there are superior beings chosen by God to kill everybody and take over the world. And Jews may not believe that. No, Jews don't believe that. Yeah, they do. 90% of the Jews believe that they're entitled to that land and that no one else can have it. Now, that's not written anywhere in Torah, anywhere. It's not written. You know, I'm not going to argue the points on how they twist what is written and how they're trying to replay something that happened 2,000-3,000 years ago and say, no, it's a living Bible and we have to do this. This woman on the screen is she deserves to be arrested and tried for crimes against humanity. These people are crazy. So what they do is they started when none of the Jews would believe them. They used money, the Rothschilds. They started paying them money to move to Israel. Well, call it Israel now, it was Palestine, and set up settlements. Rothschilds, the central banks, paid for this. And in that, they set up also yeshivas and schools to take the children and teach them this ideology that they are superior to anyone else, chosen by God to get their own land, which is not in the Bible or in Torah, and kill everybody in there and take it, which was the plan. And you can go back to 1917 and listen to, or 1908, whenever, and listen to the Zionist talk. It was always their plan. They knew, even when they conned the UN and the rest of the world into give them a little swat of land, they already had Ben Gurion going around with his terrorists killing Palestinians and poisoning wells. So now this is what we have. We have this. We have people, after they murdered everyone in the area, wanting to make settlements. They want to make their own settlements here. They are entitled on the blood of these people. They believe this. Wait, when we're going to hear this lady a little bit talk. Come on.
1,000 families, you will see them today marching, are ready to move now, here, as the situation is now, and to live in tents now. We are ready with our children to move into the Gaza area right away.
Gaza belongs to Israel, to Jews. So,
do you see what they did? So over the generations, as these kids grew up and got married into their own faith, and they kept giving them money and said, look how much God loves you. Look, he's giving you all this money. He's giving you free housing, free health care, free everything. Of course they're going to move over there. Look, they're giving us free land. They taught them not to have any empathy or any humanity in them. They've become these MK Ultra programmed lunatics that believe this ideology. Now you have 5, 6 generations of believing that, and just keep pouring the money, the central banks, which is being stolen from the rest of the people of the world to control the world. So now they own all your politicians. They did the blackmail thing. And now you got even Donald Trump with the, he's a murderer. Donald Trump's a murderer. He should turn himself in for crimes against humanity. That would be the human thing to do. But see, his ego and his ideology of money and what he thinks is right in his head without anyone correcting him. He was not a religious man. So he got, of course, he was in New York. He did business with Jewish people and real estate. You have to, because they own all of that. The central bank, Jewish people get interest-free loans. They can buy houses and mortgages and start businesses. There's no interest, no usury, but not us. We are their slaves. And there's no way to stop this, because guess what? That sickness in this woman, there is no cure for her. There is no cure. You can't fix that. She will never be a human being. She will kill her own baby. She doesn't care. You don't understand people like this. This is the most evil, Luciferian, satanic thing ever. And we can sit here and make these videos and talk while our politicians and governments and our armies follow orders, and our police and our courts and our judges, because they're all afraid or bought out or getting theirs. Now the world's going to end. And the Jews think, the Zionist Jews, because I don't want to, because that's not Judaism they're practicing. That's Zionism, which is a political movement to kill everybody and destroy the world so they can have it for themselves and implant chips in people's brains. Now they have the technology, who they need as slaves to do their work. Slavery has been around, not in America, started with the slavery. Jews had slaves. They were slaves originally. Well, the Hebrews back in Egypt. You know what? I'm 70 years old. I have health issues now. I have children and grandchildren. And I look at these pictures on the internet and I cry. I literally, a grown man, 70 years old, who's seen a lot of shit in his life. I cry. I cannot believe that the world is doing this. I am so disappointed in Donald Trump and his administration. All of them. That's Dan Bongino too. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. Unbelievable. This is sick and unbelievable. Taking the land. We're putting up tents. We're going to start the settlements on the bodies of the people you stole their land from. They have no DNA. Ashkenazi Jews, which are 80 or 90% of Israel, are from Ukraine and Russia, which is curious to why the other war we're fighting is in Ukraine, their homeland. Doesn't sound a little fishy, where they have the biolabs to kill people, making bioweapons to kill people. And then they go, well, we got nukes and we'll blow the whole world up if you don't do what we say, or we'll kill you and your whole family if you don't do what we say. Mossad, 9/11, there's connections. You know what? We lost. We lost to the Jews, to the psychopaths. And you know what? After they're done killing us, they'll kill each other. Because once a psychopath murderer, always a psychopath murderer. They train them still to this day with that ideology that they should rule the world. And I don't know, they have the thing with 2,800 slaves. I'm done with the video. And I want to say this. God bless everyone and pray to Jesus. Christianity is the only moral religion left in the world that does not teach killing anyone anywhere in its teachings. All it ever tried to do was protect other Christians and and these victims, the Jews. There's nobody. I don't know a homeless Jew in the world. I don't know a homeless, a poor Jew in the world. I don't know one. There is no such thing. They have everything given to them. by us and our blood and sweat. What's wrong with people? But we can't stop them. We can't find politicians, the DOD. They all think that they're going to be saved and living underground or some stupid, crazy crap, whatever they believe, as they spray us every day with nanoparticles to make our brains docile. And all we have, they give us the internet to crap, lie, to bitch on, so that what we can say like we're doing something. We can't win. There is no win here. Not unless we had the world unites under Christianity is the only thing that's going to save this world through Jesus. Islam is not going to. Islam is for Islam. Christianity is for everybody. God bless everybody. Jesus gave us 2 new commandments, and the second commandment he gave us was to love one another as I have loved you, as Jesus has loved you. He said in real simple terms, treat other people better than yourselves. Be willing to give your life for other people, for what's right and righteous. Not to go out and murder people and take their stuff. Love is the answer. And unless Christians, and that would be the Eastern Rite Catholics, the Roman Rite Catholics, and whatever other, if you're a Lutheran or whatever you are, put aside those differences in beliefs and stop Satan and his army of Zionists. God bless everyone. And I hate doing these videos, but I feel like I just have to tell people I can't do the propaganda no more with this crazy lady here. How is Bill Gates, as he's poisoning now he's poisoning the food. Oh, if they're not going to take the mRNA shot, then I'm going to put it in their food. Why is the mRNA shot still valid? What happened to R.F. Kennedy Jr.? What happened to this guy? All liars and just money and power and fear. No one trusts in God, in Jesus. I don't care what anybody says. Christianity is the only world. God bless everyone and peace.